Hello and welcome all to the Time Traveler's Tavern, where there's tales from it and other things. Yeah, I said things. Alright, I will be your navigator and captain, Deadpaw, taking you on this informative journey. Informative of what? We still don't know. But that's why we have our wonderful net guru and all-around frumpy, colorful commentary provided by my good friend Toast.
I'm closer to white bread than rye.
Fair enough. And over to the other side, we have Mr.E. Not as an ecstasy. It's more of a pun on mystery, not Mr. and E. Alright, Mr.E. in the studio with us today.
Indeed.
Alright, today we're going to go down a traveling line of science and fiction, or science fiction, or fictional science, and all that kind of good stuff.
You don't have to wash blood out of it.
And B, it was like one of the cheapest.
Yeah, it was dirt cheap.
It's like one of the cheapest pigments and colors to imbue into any fabric, and it holds. It holds better than most
not
other
just fabric,
colors.
but leather, because all their stuff was leather, wasn't it?
They never really dyed the leathers. It's just tanned, but insignias and stuff.
Oh, okay. So the capes and cloaks and whatnot.
Yeah, that's why a lot of that stuff was red. It was cheap and plentiful.
What about the bristles?
Bristles?
That were commonly shown on helmets.
I do believe that's a historical inaccuracy.
Oh, it's a bastardization.
Yeah.
Kind of like
Basically,
Viking.
having a giant thing on the top of your head.
Right, it never
that
made sense
catches
to
a
me.
sword.
Right.
Nobody does that. That's you broke your neck because you got hit in the freaking tail feathers with a sword or a mace or an axe or something like that, or it gets stuck on something.
Yeah, it
or
never made sense to me.
Inclement weather. It gets wet. It freezes. Now your head hurts and your neck hurts because it's wibbling around. It just never made sense. A lot of those things are just historical inaccuracies made either actually through theater. And that's like European and
so
Italian
it was an eye grabber.
and German. They wanted to spruce up.
Right.
That's why you had the horned
Vikings.
the Viking helms. That's actually from I think German theater.
Right. Because Vikings never had helms that had horns. That would never make any sense in any sort of language.
No, because like I said, it could rabbits things.
Although interestingly
Broken neck.
enough, we do still have one thing from Norse culture as well, and it's something we use every week.
Besides Wednesday and Thursday.
Wednesday, I'm not familiar with.
Woden's Day.
Okay.
In case you didn't
who's
hear that,
Woden?
I was gonna say, in case you didn't hear that, because we spoke at the same time, Woden's Day.
Okay.
It's the original version, or how it was actually pronounced for Odin.
Okay.
They dropped that down a little bit.
Okay.
Because it's, but Woden's Day is Wednesday.
Okay.
That was the day of worship and praise and all that kind of stuff for Odin.
And then for his son.
For his son, Thor, Thursday. Thor's Day.
Friday.
And then Friday.
Did we keep, was Friday originally from Friday?
Last I knew. Because then Saturday is Saturn's Day.
Right.
Sunday
Is the sun's day.
Yeah, literally the sun's day. Monday is the
That's why
moon's
we had a
day.
joke before.
Where's Tuesday from then? That's the other thing I don't get.
I
Because
never
all
knew
those
what
others
Tuesday
come
was.
from Roman and Norse culture. And I don't understand why it is the two got blended though.
It's easy to sell. You know how the basically the Celts and people of the
Oh, okay.
of the Norse mythology were basically doctored into Christianity. Christianity and Catholicism used the myth of Ragnarok to actually go and explain how the Norse gods and the Norse pantheon was already dead. Ragnarok happened. I'm not kidding you. It's already a finished thing. Ragnarok happened, and that's where modern Christianity and Catholicism comes from after that point.
Which is foolhardy.
That's how they sold it, though, and it actually avoided a fair amount of conflict for a while.
So, Tuesday. English name derived from Old English. Tuesday, meaning two is day. Day of two, or Tyr, the god of single
Tyr.
combat.
There
Victory,
you go.
heroic glory, Norse myth.
Friggin' Tyr.
Tyr,
So
two
we
was
get-
equated with Mars.
Cool. Friggin' Tyr. That dude's cool.
Okay, I'm not familiar with it.
He's basically only second to Thor as far as battle strength would go.
Okay.
Like he was one of the other massive warriors. Like he was one of the other
He was
ones.
he was the second in command powerhouse.
I don't know
sort
if
of
like
thing.
command or whatever, but
But,
it's like he
yeah.
was the other
He was the other
he was the
go-to.
other warrior that you'd pray to if you were seeking courage in battle.
Right. And it just so happens that Thor's off that day.
Yeah.
Or Odin.
It's like Odin was for wisdom.
Odin was for wisdom, but it was a warrior culture. They still praised him as a war god.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Tyr is a god of war and will take mead, meat, and blood for sacrifice.
Ah, yes, mead. I still remember watching the 13th Warrior and laughing at it here and there, but
What was that movie? Did that have Antonio Banderas
yes.
in it? Okay.
But he gets offered alcohol and he's like, I can't drink this because it's a bastardization of wheat. And dude just starts laughing at him and he's like, what? And he's like, honey. It's made from honey. Interestingly enough, the only food item that will never spoil.
Mead?
Honey.
Bee vomit.
Yeah. On that note of things, if you have honey in your cabinet and the container of it is really rock hard, solid, and you can't get honey out of it, put it in the microwave for like 10 seconds at most. Don't go further than that, and it'll bring it back to life enough that you can get it out, and it'll be good for a few days after that too.
Or just boil it.
I was gonna say, or boiling it.
Well, not like boiling it, but like...
Put it in hot water, let it soak for a few minutes.
Yeah, let it...
Microwaves are easier because, convenience and technology and blah, 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 blah.
Radiation.
Kill yourself with radiation, yep.
Yeah.
Although, if you're having issues with the radiation, eat broccoli. It's a horrible, horrible, horrible substance, but it's good for radiation poisoning.
Yep.
And leafy greens, really.
Yeah.
Yep.
But broccoli is, like, above all others in the greeny category.
Do you know why?
Because it's evil.
So are a lot of other things, but eating it doesn't cure you of shit.
Yeah, I could just imagine that. People start citing us as a scientific base for why you should eat broccoli to cure radiation poisoning.
Let's be fair. If you're suffering from serious radiation poisoning, broccoli is not gonna save you. There's your caption.
Well, it might delay the inevitable a little bit.
If you are losing hair and vomiting, just go to the hospital. Broccoli's not the cure. It's just a salve. I'm sorry. You can rub it on your wounds.
It's a placebo.
Yeah. Well, placebos don't do anything.
Well, by that point, it would be a placebo. It'd be a bad-tasting placebo.
Unless you got broccoli from Chernobyl, and then it's just...
Would that even work?
No, it'd be filled with radiation. I don't think it counteracts itself. It's like, hey, why is this broccoli glowing green? It's really fresh.
It'll turn you into the Hulk.
It's from Pripyat.
It'll turn you into the Hulk. Hey, let's think of how many other vegetable lies people have told over the years. Oh yeah, spinach.
Beans, tomato,
Spinach?
fruit. The more you eat, the more you
Spinach.
do. Oh, spinach. Oh my god. So that's a different one, which irritates me though. People apparently don't know how to spell spinach. I've seen this about 6 or 7 times now of people posting up health food drinks.
Oh no.
And take the broccoli away, Toast. No.
What? What was he showing you?
Evil broccoli.
It's broccoli with a face.
But no, so they went and made
We should start
like
putting googly eyes on,
a health
on
food
broccoli.
shake, and one of the ingredients was spinach.
Okay.
But the people are spelling it SPINISH. Spinach. Like I said, I've seen this 6 or 7 times now.
Maybe it's Spanish spinach.
Where's one of those things to throw in?
You didn't pick them up.
You mean this?
Blocked with the arm. Let's see if I can do this. I can't. I failed epically. I hit the wall. All right. So let's get back on topic here and finish this list.
Okay, let's see here.
It's not Schindler's.
Or Chandler's.
Oh, Gary, isn't he dead now?
Probably.
That's
Gary
Shan-
Shandling.
That's Shandling. That you're
Yeah.
thinking
What, are you
of.
trying to say that Chandler can't be Shandling? I mean,
Leave
he's not
Bing
now.
out of this.
I say he's not now.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought we weren't getting financed by Bing. Anyway.
Dude, we're not getting finance, period.
Well. You
By the way, we will take financing.
With acceptable terms.
Indeed.
What?
Okay.
There's already a low interest rate.
So this one.
Low interest in me. Ah!
So you might find this one useful, Deadpaw, because it involves handling wood.
Oh?
Knock twice on wood to reverse bad luck.
That's why I say knock on wood. That's where that came from.
So why'd you knock on drywall?
Indeed.
Because it was hollow and made a wonderful noise.
You've been better off knocking on the bar.
My hand
Anyway,
was already down there.
so your hand was near wood. Got it.
Exactly. Went downhill again.
Indeed. Should we call it Viagra?
That'd go right up until a priapism.
Let's not define that right now.
Why? It stands on its own.
Forever.
No, then there's the needle. Oh!
Yeah.
Should we go into depth on that one? Because this is a legitimate medical concern. For those of you who don't know what a priapism is, that is an erection lasting over 4 hours, and you should seek medical help if you have any sort of heart conditions or you cannot actually have a woman touch it.
Actually, a priapism is in reference to an injury specifically to the male genitalia. It's not just erections. It is.
It's largely known as
if
that.
you manage to fracture the fibrous coating that surrounds the blood vessels.
I think I need Toast to look this up to make sure these facts are factual.
I actually have a book I could cite.
It's his nighttime reading.
It's called "Why Do Men Have Nipples?"
Fair enough.
It really is his nighttime reading.
Apparently it is.
No, actually, it was my bathroom reading while I was reading
Anyways,
it.
That's even more disturbing.
What do
if
you do in the bathroom?
Poop, pee,
That's all
shower.
Brush your teeth.
At the same time as pooping and showering. Goes straight down one drain,
Wow.
multiple birds, one shower.
We really needed Richard Dawson here.
Good God.
What do you do in the bathroom? Survey says.
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Anyway,
Apparently advertise for them for free.
Oh, son of a...
so
Hey, Klondike.
the
I want royalties.
or you're gonna have to edit that part out.
I am too lazy for that crap. Just give us stuff.
You
We'll take free food.
The,
And money.
The origin of the superstition of knocking on wood dates back to a time when some cultures believed that gods lived in trees.
Tree ants, dryads,
Or perhaps the Green Man.
known as tree ants. Okay, go ahead.
You're citing a culture that actually is closely related to my own.
Yeah.
When one would ask for a favor from the gods, he would lightly touch the bark of the tree. After the favor had been granted, he would knock lightly one more time and express gratitude. This custom may have also originated with the Christians, who offered thanks to Jesus Christ for good fortune with this gesture. Jesus Christ had died on a cross made from wood.
Because they didn't have steel.
Well, I do
And
believe
wood's cheaper.
I could be completely and horribly off base here, but I believe one of the most revered and spiritual trees is birch.
What's your reasoning behind citing this?
I don't know.
Okay.
It is
'Cause
in my brain.
I didn't have it. I didn't
was
know
gonna
where
say-
you were getting it from.
I've heard it somewhere. I could be mistaken. I know ash is another one of them,
Well, I know evergreen was revered in certain
but the birch tree.
Gaelic and Norse culture.
I'm trying to remember what the birch tree actually stood for. But I have a horrible memory, and that's why we have this lovely person by the name of Toast.
Healing power of trees.
Oh boy.
Spiritual properties of wood, how your furniture may affect you.
Oh my God! Did you find something on Feng Shui?
Actually, yes.
Of course.
By the Psychics Universe.
Oh.
Hey, it's Miss Cleo writing for them. Oh, man.
Someone needs help, and I don't think it's me anymore.
I clearly need help. Hopefully that'll come through soon. But no.
Until then, you're going to keep wearing your aluminum foil hat?
Why? Because I want them to read my brainwaves. I like throwing them out there into the stratosphere, and just messing up all their signals,
So,
Because all this crazy can't be contained in one head. That's why I have two. I'm getting glared at again.
At some point in time, we should cut that.
I am
which
circumcised.
one? Or are we going to go for a BOGO?
Anyways, let's
I was just thinking of spiritually revered trees. Yggdrasil.
yes, interesting. The world tree.
The world tree, yes.
Didn't find anything about birch.
Well, that's supposed to be looking at birches.
Yeah, look for birch tree. See what it. Like I said, for some reason that pops into my mind. Not poplar, but birch. Pops into my mind as something that's supposed to be good. Besides the fact that if you're in Boy Scouts, you learn this, or like explorers, or had to live outside for any point in time. Birch bark is a lifesaver.
Yeah, it has natural oils and what have you. Makes
Symbolic
great
Celtic
tinder.
meaning of the birch tree. Growth, renewal, stability, initiation, adaptation. Associated with the sun. Facilitates passion, energy, as well as growth.
Don't tell me people were eating it.
No, they carried it as fire starter.
Yeah.
Exactly.
As kindling.
It's and that's what I was getting to. It's one of the basically it's a lifesaver, and that's partially I do believe where I learned some of this other stuff where it was a revered tree for all of these properties. So
'Cause-
I was correct in my strange roundabout logic of knowing this.
The birch is a pioneer, courageously taking root and starting anew to revive the landscape where no other would before.
Boom! It is a holy tree, especially after I shoot it.
Or drill some holes in it.
Drilling that wood, huh?
Some people prefer it.
You gotta tap it, get some syrup out of that.
Birch syrup. Ew.
I'm just so sappy.
If you can get sap out of a birch, I don't want to try it ever.
It smells good though. Birch
Just
wood.
because it smells.
No. I'm just saying.
Cedar smells good doesn't mean you should eat it.
Cedar chips.
Eaten cedar?
Cedar bedding.
But no, like I said, it's one of those things that's stuck in my mind. But anyways, let's keep going down this list of yours.
All right, let's see here. We got opening an umbrella inside is bad luck.
Yeah, because you poke someone in the eye.
I was gonna say it's also just mostly started off with bad manners. I believe.
Yeah, it's actually to do more with bad manners. Though it doesn't seem logical that opening an umbrella inside can be bad luck, since it runs the risk of breaking valuable items. However, there are common superstitions that prohibit this act as well. Umbrellas that shade us from the
Parasols.
deified sun are considered magical. When the umbrella is opened inside, out of the way of the sun's rays, it offends the sun god.
I would think that blocking the sun god with it in the first place would be offensive.
Well, I mean, you gotta remember...
Like,
No, I think you gotta remember that it's probably somewhere around the same lines as, like, Monty Python and the Holy Grail made fun of it, where they were averting their eyes from God. And he's
no,
like,
you mustn't look.
Yeah.
Guys, hey, wait.
And he's like, what are you doing now? God, it's like talking to the Psalms. They're so depressing. That whole line. I think it's more along that kind of line. Don't look at the sun, or the sun god will get angry and burn your eyes out.
The sun god Ra.
It may even signify impending death or ill fortune, both for the person who opened it and the people who live within the home.
So basically, they just get stoned to death.
Grateful
And
Dead.
not the fun way.
Yep, we just went there.
Bludgeoned to hell with pointy rocks. Okay, finding a horseshoe. Good luck.
Okay.
Now, the thing that bothers me about this is my grandfather raised horses. I would think finding a horseshoe, particularly on your own horse ranch, would actually be a bad thing because it means one of your horses has thrown a shoe.
Yeah. But you found it, so it's all good.
Some people believe that this is the luckiest of all symbols, especially when it is found with the open end pointing toward you.
Or in your bowl of cereal.
I'm gonna say if you ever actually see horseshoes hung in a house, they should always be open end up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's to collect luck and good fortune.
If you find one of these gems, pick it up with your right hand, spit on one end, and make a wish.
Well, crap! Never heard that one.
And then toss it over your left shoulder, leaving it where it lands.
All right. That's a thing.
You can also place a horseshoe over the entrance of your home with the open end down
Really?
to bring luck to the family living within.
Huh.
So that's your problem.
Apparently. I have been doing this my entire life wrong. Which really, when you get down to it, is not unexpected or surprising in any degree. If you knew me, it would make sense.
Some traditions even say that the number of nails left on the horseshoe will indicate how many years of good luck are to come.
Unless you find it by stepping on it. Because that's tetanus.
So my ask about that would that mean that you could request that the last of those nails be the first in your coffin?
Possibly. Also, possibly Staphylococcus.
Sounds Greek to me.
For those of you who don't know, I didn't just make a funny word up that had the word cock in it. Staphylococcus is an infection that's really, really dangerous and bad and can kill you.
Yes.
But I do like saying Staphylococcus.
It's one of your favorite words.
Staph infection.
Yes,
It's a bad thing.
indeed.
I wouldn't want my staph infected. Ah! I'm gonna have something thrown at me now. I deserve this! Oh, he's teasing me with it now. Oh, you brute! Little scallion, you. Spicy tamale. I don't know where that's going. No, stop teasing. I don't want to hit me in the face.
The tamale?
Well, especially because I called toast the tamale. I don't want to hit me in the face. You know I'm paranoid. Alright, so on that wonderful note of fact validation and verification, any other shuns we should add to here? No? Alright. Skipping over his thoughts here. We're going to farm this out, and Mr.E, would you like to bid adieu?
Until next time.
There you go. A good web guru toast.
What?
Parting words.
If you're using a comb, make sure you go the right direction.
That would be a good parting word. Alright, and this is your captain, not of a Boeing, just of a dead paw. Thank you for joining the, what is this? Tales from the Time Traveler's Tavern? Apparently that's what we are. Thank you for joining. So that's it.